What's up everybody, it's Jim, and in this video I'm discussing my top 5 films based on true events.
What the Jim?
Please let me know your favourite films based on true events in the comment section below, and I've got a couple of honourable mentions. They are Ray from 2004, which is about Ray Charles, Bohemian Rhapsody, which came out in 2018, and that's of course about Queen, and Rocket Man, which came out in 2019, which is about Elton John. Let's get to it with my top 5. At number 5, I have Eddie the Eagle, which came out in 2015. I find this a very entertaining movie. It's also very funny, and you can tell that the cast in this movie are having the time of their life playing their respected characters. It's a film that's paced very well, and I'm a big fan of the music that's in this film too. I've seen this film twice in total, and the reason why it's not any higher in my top 5 is probably because this is the safest out of these movies. I'm not saying safe is a bad thing, it's just preventing it from being any higher on this list. My number 4 is another movie that came out in 2015, and this is Everest. I've only seen this movie once, and I actually saw it when I was on one of my cruise holidays. The film had amazing visuals and great cast all around, and they all did excellent jobs, and it was quite an emotional movie from what I can remember. It was thrilling at times, it was intense at times, and it really felt like I was climbing up Mount Everest with these people. But the reason why I've not got this one any higher is because I've only seen it once. It definitely does deserve a rewatch though. My number 3 is ELVIS, which came out in 2022. I've also reviewed that film here on my channel, and I'll link that video in the description below in case you want to go ahead and watch it. And at the moment, me and my mum are actually rewatching the Elvis movie. Rewatching it made me realise how much I actually love this film. It's directed very well, it's got fantastic performances, especially with Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. It's paced very well, it's got great production overall, and great costume design, and it's edited very well too. The way it's edited and the way it's shot is done in a quite unique way in my opinion, and it just makes the film ever so slightly more memorable. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of in this film is the fact that it quickly brushed over the fact that Elvis did a lot of Hollywood movies, and that was quite a big chunk of his life as well. Also, at times this film can be a lot to take in. So those couple of things is what's preventing it from being any higher. But we're now into the top 2, and my second favourite movie based on true event is Titanic, which came out in 1997 for the US and 1998 for the UK. I was on about how great the performances were in the Elvis movie, but to me the performances in this movie are ever so slightly better in my opinion. It's a very emotional film. I'm a big fan of the score for the movie, and I love the way that the Titanic ship looked as well. I'm a big fan of the sets that were designed for the movie, and the effects and the visuals. That's all done to perfection in my opinion. It is a very long movie, but it never really felt like too long of a film, but I think they could have shortened it a little bit though. The ending of this film, I find it very emotional, gets me every time, but I don't think it's a perfect ending. I think it could have been written slightly better. Because I've got a couple of nitpicks, that's why it's not my number 1 favourite movie based on true event, but for me, my number 1 is What the Jim the movie, which is directed by Steven Spielberg. It's not come out yet, but when it does, it's going to be the best movie of all time. I'm obviously joking. My favourite movie based on true event is the Buddy Holly story. That came out in 1978, and I've briefly spoken about this before when I did my top 10 Buddy Holly songs video, or was it top 5? I can't remember. It was quite a few months ago. It's a movie I've only seen once, but as you can see, I've got a Buddy Holly picture in the background of my videos, which appears in pretty much all my videos now, so you can tell that I'm a big Buddy Holly fan. The characters and performances are done amazingly here. I'm also a huge fan of the music. It's a very emotional movie. I think it's paced really well, and if you've not seen it, I highly recommend to watch it. It's got everything I look for in a movie based on true events, and I just think it's the best one that I've seen in my opinion. They're my top 5 favourite films based on true events. Please let me know your favourites in the comment section below. But before I conclude this video, I've got a couple of things I want to mention. The first thing is I've got a list of 5 biopics that I think should be made. These are also in no particular order. First one I mentioned is a film about Michael Jackson, and I've called it Man in the Mirror. The second one I've gone with is for Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits, and the film's going to be called Walk of Life. I've also got one for Neil Diamond, which is going to be called I Am a Said. I've also got one for Sound of Garfunkel, which is going to be called The Sound of Silence. That is, if it were to be made. My fifth one I've gone with is Roy Orbison one called You Got It. Please let me know in the comments whether you've got any ideas for what movies should come out that are based on true events. Also, which of these ideas do you like the sound of the most? For me, I'll probably go with the Roy Orbison one. Roy Orbison is my favourite vocalist of all time. One more thing I'll say before I conclude this video, and that is I'll be on Mike aka DigiZ that Z Talks livestream on Thursday the 23rd of March 2023 at 8 PM UK time. The reason why I'm promoting this is because it's the biggest Z Talks Mike has ever done. It's going to have 21 guests in total, and that includes myself and Mike. So I've left the link to the Z Talks livestream in the description below. And if you don't know what Z Talks is, it's basically a live stream that Mike has with guests on, and they just answer any questions they get in the chat of that live stream. I hope to see you in that live stream, and if you watch it, I really hope you enjoy it. And I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, peace and love, and ciao.